When your cat sleeps on your chest, do you actually know what they're trying to say? Yes, it looks adorable. Yes, it feels warm and comforting. But behind that closeness, there's something deeper that most people miss. It's one of the most intimate, vulnerable things your cat can do with you. And if you misunderstand it, which most owners do, you could be missing messages your cat has been trying to send for years, or even slowly damaging a bond they're quietly trying to build. Let's start with what sleeping on your chest really means. Have you ever assumed your cat is just lying on your chest because you're warm or because your heartbeat feels nice? That's what most people think. But here's what's actually happening. When a cat climbs onto your chest and relaxes enough to sleep, they're deliberately placing themselves in their most vulnerable position, on top of you. In the wild, a cat never sleeps out in the open unless they feel completely safe. Their chest, belly, and throat are the most vulnerable parts of their body. So when they choose to rest on you, they're saying, Asterisk, I trust you enough to let my guard down completely. Asterisk. Think about that for a second. You're not just a heat source. You're a safe place. And here's where it gets even more powerful. If your cat also needs, purrs, or presses their head into your chest before sleeping, it means their nervous system is literally shifting into a calm, secure state because of your presence. And by the way, if your cat ever used to sleep on you but suddenly stopped, don't brush it off. We'll get to what that really means later, and it's something most owners wish they understood sooner. A lot of people think their cat simply enjoys the rhythm of their heartbeat. But science suggests something even more meaningful. A 2019 review in Applied Animal Behavior Science found that cats synchronize their behavior and relaxation patterns to familiar human caregivers. When cats are near trusted people, their stress markers, like cortisol, can drop significantly. Here's what most people don't realize. When your cat lies on your chest, your steady breathing, heartbeat, and body warmth help regulate their nervous system. It's similar to the way kittens regulate themselves by pressing against their mother's body. This isn't just comfort. It's co-regulation. Your body is literally helping them feel calm, stable, and safe. That means your presence isn't just emotional, it's physiological. And here's where it gets even more meaningful. Cats don't do this with people they don't trust. They choose the person who makes them feel safest. You might not see it, but your cat is leaving something behind when they lie on you. Cats have scent glands in their cheeks, paws, chest, and around their face. When they press their head, chest, or body against you, they're releasing pheromones, invisible scent markers that signal safety, ownership, and familiarity. Here's what's actually happening. They're marking you as part of their safe territory. Not in a possessive way. In a deeply social way. To a cat, mixing scents is how they build family bonds. When your cat sleeps on your chest, they're literally blending their scent with yours, saying, "You belong to my safe circle." Think about that for a second. To them, you're not just a person. You're part of their inner world. And hey, if this makes sense to you, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more cat lovers who actually want to understand what their cat is really saying. Asterisk asterisk. Where does this behavior even come from? In the wild, kittens sleep in tight clusters pressed against their mother. They do this for warmth, protection, and reassurance. The mother's heartbeat, scent, and movement become the first signals of safety they ever learn. Here's what's actually happening when your cat does this with you. They're recreating a memory of safety from the very beginning of their life. Even adult cats carry this instinct. It's hardwired into them. When they choose your chest as their sleeping place, they're tapping into a deeply ingrained survival behavior, and choosing you as the source of comfort they once got from their mother. This is where most owners get it wrong. They think their cat is just being affectionate. But it's more than that. They're saying, asterisk, you feel like home. Asterisk. Have you ever noticed your cat doesn't sleep on everyone's chest? Not on every guest. Not even on every family member. Here's the truth. Cats are highly selective about who they fully relax with. Even social cats don't automatically trust everyone with their most vulnerable moments. So when your cat chooses to fall asleep on your chest, they're doing something they won't do for most people. They're selecting you. And here's where it gets even more powerful. This isn't just about affection. It's about trust, safety, and emotional bonding. Think about that for a second. Out of everyone in your home, they picked you. This is the part most people don't realize. When a cat falls asleep on your chest, they're doing something that goes against their natural survival instincts. Sleep is the most vulnerable state any animal can be in. Their senses slow. Their defenses drop. They're trusting you to protect them while they can't protect themselves. Here's what most owners never see. Your cat isn't just being affectionate. They're making a silent promise. Asterisk, I trust you to keep me safe when I can't protect myself. Asterisk. Remember earlier when I said if your cat suddenly stops sleeping on your chest, it matters? This is why. If a cat who used to sleep on you suddenly stops, it can mean something has changed. Stress, fear, discomfort, or a shift in how safe they feel. It doesn't always mean you did something wrong. But it is a signal worth noticing. Because this behavior is one of the strongest signs of emotional security a cat can show. And when it changes, it's your cat's way of saying something feels different. What if your cat used to sleep on your chest and suddenly doesn't anymore? Here's what's actually happening. Cats communicate through subtle shifts. If your cat suddenly avoids your chest, avoids touch, or chooses isolation, it can mean stress, pain, illness, or emotional discomfort. This isn't something to panic about, but it is something to notice. If your cat's sleeping habits change suddenly, check for signs of stress, changes in appetite, or discomfort. Cats rarely show pain directly, so behavior changes are often their first signal. Don't ignore it. Your cat isn't being distant. They're communicating. So when your cat sleeps on your chest, do you actually know what they're trying to say? It's not just comfort. It's not just warmth. It's trust, safety, and a deep emotional bond built on instinct, memory, and vulnerability. That's not a small thing. That's your cat choosing you as their safe place, their family, and their protector. And that simple behavior, sleeping on your chest, was never small to them. And it shouldn't be small to you either.